All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is just a quick reminder of how to use a smartphone calculator. First off, if you see this is because I've taken my phone and taken the tilt lock off. And it's on its side. This is what it should look like. Now, this is not interactive, so if you hit, I can't hit buttons and have numbers pop up. You're going to have to play around with this to figure out exactly what's going on. Now, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 examples. And we're trying to get these 5 answers over here. So if you can't get those, then you need to listen to this video. Also, if you need help, I can also help you if you just message me on Google Hangouts. I can show you what you're doing wrong. But anyway, this is how we do the first example. The first example is 3 to the 5th power. All right. Now, you could, if you wanted to, go 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times to the 5th power. You don't have to do it that though, because here's what we have. We have this button right in here, the X to the Y. Now, it's going to look weird when you hit it. You're going to hit 3 first, then you're going to hit this button, X to the Y, then you hit 5, and then equals. When you hit those buttons in that sequence, it should pop up 243. It is taking 3 to the 5th power. Now, let's say you got those wrong, and you hit them out of order. You hit the 5 first, and then the 3. Then you get 125. So it's always good to try and practice with numbers that you know work out well. Because let's say you wanted to do 2 to the 3rd. 2 to the 3rd is 8. Hopefully you know that 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. So try that and make sure you get 8 there as well. Now, the tricky part here is whenever you're dealing with other problems that you don't know the answer, in order maybe. With this calculator, you're going to have to work in PEMDAS, so which is parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division from left to right, and addition and subtraction from left to right as well. So if we're trying to plug this into our calculator here, we have to start right here with 2 to the 3rd power. So I'm going to use the same button we just did right here. You hit 2, then this button, then 3, and hit equals. That'll pop up 8. So 2 to the 3rd power is 8. Then all you have to do after that is hit times 4. Here's the times button right there. There's the 4. And then you should be good. It should give you 32, which is what we're looking for right there. Okay. Now, those should have been the easier ones, if you will. If you're trying to do a fraction, let's do another example real quick. Let's say I had 3/4 to the 3rd power. What I would do is I would do 3 divided by 4, hit equals, and then this button right here, and then back to the 3. Or, if you see here, there's an X to the 3rd power right there, so you could just hit that button. You get a decimal out of it, but that's how you'd use this calculator. All right, now, the tricky part is number 3. Now, you probably haven't seen anything like this before. This is E, it's a number. It is an exponential number. It's used in dealing with continuously compounded interest. We deal with that a lot in Chapter 8. I wouldn't say a lot, but sometimes. But here's how you use this. Okay, now first off, you should see that there's an E button right here. Great, but this is the one we're going to be using. All right, so we'll be coming back to that one here in a second. Now, the first thing we need to do is figure out that. So you're going to type in 0.06 times 5, hit equals, and you get a number. Great. Once whatever that number is, then you go and hit e to the x. All right, that should go ahead and take e to whatever that was. Okay. Now, since that number is now in your calculator, then you go to the times button, since this is being times 500. So times 500, and you should get this out of it. Once again, if you can't, you need to message me on Google Hangouts, and I can tell you the order in which you need to hit those buttons. All right. All right, so that's what you should get for that one. Let me clear these strokes. Now, on number 4, all right, a lot of stuff going on here. Now, I'm going to take some liberties with this and so say, okay, well, the exponent here, 4 times 10, that's 40, okay? And what I would do is in the future, just like we did here, do that first, get a number, write it down, because that's going to help you in the future. Now, if you're talking about the sequence that you need to plug in so you can get this correct answer, that's what I'm going to talk about right now. So we're going to start right here. So 0.08 divided by 4, make sure you hit equals. Then we're going to add 1 to that. Hit equals. Then we use this button and then hit 40. Hit equals again. Then we have to multiply that by 6,000. And you should get 13,248.2379, because it keeps going. And that's what you should get for number 4. Okay. Now, this next example is the last example I'm going to deal with. These are logs. These are the inverse operations of exponential functions, but that's okay. You're going to learn about that more in Chapter 8. Now, if you're trying to plug this into your calculator, it's not easy to do. What I have to do is give you a little bit of insight and let you know that there's something called a change of base formula. So this is the same thing as log 16 over log 4. Now, you might be saying, what is a log anyway? I'm going to tell you about that in this chapter. However, when you see the log button here, that's going to be super important. So it's tough to get 2 out of this, just a whole number 2, but I'm going to show you exactly how to do that right now. Since this is the same thing as that, but using the change of base formula, you're going to have to hit 16, so 1 6, then hit log. It's going to be a decimal. That's fine. Then since this is divided by, you hit the division button. Then you have to hit 4, then log. You get another decimal. Now you have to hit equals. When you hit equals, the number right here should be 2. Okay? You could do the same thing using natural log, but, that's that button. I don't think there's anything else I need to show you where it's at. Yeah, I think that's good. Thanks. Appreciate you listening.